Eviction really is a traumatic event, right? We're talking about a cataclysmic event in someone's life, in a family's life, that upends really everything. It is incredibly impactful and harmful, not just to the tenant who has to go through it, the families that have to go through it, but to the community as a whole. And the impacts of eviction affect education, health, employment, crime rates, because one eviction will often lead to more.
If you're someone who has never had the serious misfortune of facing eviction, it can be really hard to understand sort of just what a momentous thing that is for a family. If you're home right now, look around, look at your stuff, think about how it feels to be safe in your home and to be on the brink of losing all of that.
Poverty is the issue that underlies the entire concept of eviction. It's what drives a lot of the problems that people have paying. COVID-19 is a perfect example of why people can't make rent, because it leads to them either losing their job, facing reduced hours, being put on furlough. Non-payment, though, isn't always driven by just an inability to pay. A lot of times, a reason that tenants will not pay rent is not because they can't. It's because they're dealing with conditions issues that are not being addressed by their landlords. The Eviction Defense Project is Legal Action's response to the eviction epidemic that's raging through our community. The Eviction Defense Project was created to provide in-court representation to tenants who are facing eviction. And we do that by using volunteer attorneys to provide representation to tenants at the moment they need it most, which is in eviction court. When someone is evicted, they're asked to go to court and represent themselves in a foreign proceeding that is daunting, if not terrifying. People without a lawyer, because they're making the best of a bad situation, will sometimes agree to terms of stipulation that are unreasonable, that are impossible for them to meet. The problem is that if they're not able to keep up with the terms of that stipulation, they'll find themselves dealing with the same risk of homelessness just weeks later.
My name is Kevin Long. I'm a litigation partner at Quarles & Brady. I got involved in the Eviction Defense Project as part of our firm's pro bono program. First, you help that tenant understand and interpret the proceeding that's happening so that they can understand their rights and how they're being affected. Second, you're somebody who to advocate on their behalf, as you do with any other client. And the third, and perhaps most important, is to be somebody who stands with that tenant and is on their side. The Eviction Defense Project provides, you might call it a safe place, or within that physical courthouse that's on their side. It's their place.
When you think about what a community is, eviction really attacks the heart of that. It takes the people that are part of a neighborhood and removes them from it. The fewer relationships that people have within those areas with each other, that leads to a loss of community.
I'm really glad that I've had the chance to personally volunteer with the Eviction Defense Project, a program that makes sure that individuals facing eviction have lawyers alongside them in what can be a scary process that has a huge impact on their and their families' lives. A Gift to United Way's Safe and Stable Homes initiative funds programs like the Eviction Defense Project, which are going to help us end family homelessness in our region by 2025.
The funding from United Way is really critical because it's filled that financial gap that's created by the loss of our federal funding. So we are going to be able to continue providing services to tenants, continue providing representation, and continue to help people really at the time that they need it most.